Yo, bitch. That lemonade is...
Yeah, believe it or not, me too.
I think that was your hair.
That's even better.
That's
That's
terrible.
even better.
Absolutely horrible.
Taste my pheromones.
I went to drink it and it felt like there was like 6 dog hairs in there, and I was like, oh my god, no, it was just the hair super folded over. It might have been Juliana's. I don't know. Hopefully Juliana's, because I know that was fucking clean.
My hair's cleaner than ours.
She literally just took a shower.
Fair, but what have I done aside from go to a damn doctor's appointment?
You've been you and lived your life. All right, we got way off time. This is the podcast episode.
It's a football episode.
Welcome back, y'all. It's been a long time coming, but we are finally back. We meant to do this shit during the year, but it's been a long year.
Yeah.
You got us now, and we're not going nowhere. Welcome back to Bold and Blunt, the sports edition. I'm your boy, Bones Hansino. To my left.
Got you go. Damn, I fucked my own intro up. You got your guy Grizzie Adams over here.
You can tell we smoked.
Yeah, I'm a little stoned. Pardon.
We got a lot to catch up on. We had a crazy year in the fantasy football.
Yeah.
The belt is on its way. We got a nice little alligator skin belt that's coming in. So once that comes in, be sure to make an appearance on one of these.
It'll be draped around the winner's shoulder.
Yeah, and it's never going to leave. And I think one of them is going to be right here, and it's not the dude to the left of me.
And we'll get to talk about that next week.
Yes, facts. So we'll do a little yearly roundup. We do apologize again. We haven't did that shit in forever. Got the notes here. So we had 10 teams. We had taxis, 10 players on the taxi.
So our team's
like a total of
deep.
25 players per team. So it's a pretty deep league. Like, it's pretty tough. 1 through 6, we got in the playoffs. We got your boy, the Bazooka Sharks, 10-4, sitting number 1. We got his name is my name.
2.
We got Kiana sitting at 2. We've got JJ the Jet Plane Kevin sitting at 3. Kiana, by the way, 9-5. Kevin 9-5. Tiebreaker went down to points, which led to a pretty funny discussion in the comments. But I'm glad, after that whole thing, I was sitting there and I was like, he raises a very valid point. Because he did win the division.
Sure.
Shouldn't that be tiebreaker enough?
I don't
But
know.
I thought it was points. I was cool with points. But then I sat back after and I was like, I'm kind of an asshole.
You think
So then I had to do the vote on it just to make sure. But I'm glad he agreed too. Like, he agreed that points for total should be that tiebreaker. I mean, it's the best team total. So 3, Kevin, 9-5. He did win the division. He was, I want to say Bulls? He was the Bulls. Your boy won the Blunt division, and Lawrence.
Yeah, he was the Bulls because I'm a
was
Bull.
the paper division winner. So all one-time division winners now. 4 seed came in at Dan 8-6. B made his way back.
It hurts.
What was it? 0-5.
0-5. I started off 0-5.
0-5. You finished up 6-8. So that's fantastic. He scraped his way back in, and then we had Lawrence also with the division winner, which was honestly the tiebreaker. So we do have division winners automatic playoff berth. He finished off at 6-8. That wrapped it up. The consolation bracket, we got Megan at 6-8 with the Kittle in the middle.
Lots of 6 and 8s.
Pops sitting at 6-8 with Drunk Take Mahomes. Mama sitting at 5-9 with Jamar Chase. Manny sitting at damn, it's close but no Jamar.
Close but no Jamar for Mama.
Manny with Team Sunnyvale, he takes that shit seriously. He lets the liquor speak for him. He's sitting at 5-9.
5-9.
5-10 now because he lost last week.
He's a good old taco of our league.
The other ones are updated, but
Okay, so then everybody...
He's not doing well. He's not doing well. So we're going to wrap it up. The most efficient, I split it up between yearly and weekly. In this case, the most efficient was Lawrence, which his team just didn't score a whole bunch. He knew exactly who he was supposed to put in, but 90% of the 90.3% of the year, 4 weekly awards. Lowest efficient, your boy. We were just talking about this off camera. Fucking, I scored the second most points this year, only by like 16 to Dan. But I could have maxed out at like 2,600. I lost 504 points just sitting on the board because I didn't know who to start, or I started the wrong fucking people.
The taxi, I really think the addition of the taxi gives it
It's hard.
Yeah.
And you see the motherfuckers on your taxi going off for 20, but usually they'll go off for like 1.7.
Because it's like we're playing in a 12, 14-man league, honestly.
Like it's honestly deep. We might have to add another flex just to make it cool. But, like, fuck, it's hard. But I finished off 3 weekly awards. I was the worst 3 times. 80.8% of the year.
Oh, Steve.
I only got 80% of my maximum.
Oh, my God.
I think the second lowest was like 88.3.
Yeah.
Like, terrible.
That seems like a big...
But that just shows you. I'm still number 1, 10-4. Fantastic team. I know what I'm doing. Lowest score, damn. Both awards went to the same person. It doesn't happen often, but we'll take it. Highest score, we got a tie between his name and my name and the Bazooka Sharks. Me and Kiana got the tie with 3.
My good old girlfriend.
Yearly, Dan took it. Dan had the most points. Sadly, he was also the most points against. He actually averaged, I think it's like minus 2.2 per week.
Oh.
But it still ended up with an 8-6 record. So, big kudos to him for overcoming that. Highest score yearly, me and Key for the week. Lowest score, Pops ran it. Pops got screwed.
Yeah.
Pops had a lot of
Austin Eckler, man.
Austin Eckler didn't work out. Pat Mahomes didn't work out.
Took Pat Mahomes' first round.
You know, it took a while. He had Hunter Henry right after he went off for the crazy spurt, and then it was just 1.7s for like 10 weeks. It was a rough week for him, or a rough year. He ended up with 4 times being the lowest score. Only scored 1,762. High score was 2040.
Yeah, when you put that in a comparison, that's a whole 400 game, points. Right? That's a whole 2 games.
He was fairly up there. I want to say he was in like the 88-99 or 88-90% for
Pops
efficiency.
He had a rough year because he started off hot. Remember, he was at like 5-3 at one point.
And then Eckler got hurt. Pat Mahomes was just never Pat Mahomes. Those receivers let him down this year. And I fell victim to it because I still got Kadarius sitting on my taxi, like, damn, like poking him with the stick.
I'm glad you did say Kadarius because
I think that was one of the worst picks. That was probably one of the worst busts of the draft.
When we get there,
I wasted it wasn't a terrible one. But
it's round 12. You took a round 12.
I'm sorry. Don't take this shit personal. If it makes you feel any better, I don't think you're losing to Manny this week.
Hey,
you're not gonna have the golden toilet.
Not getting the golden toilet, Pops.
The most blowouts. We got the two cool records: blowouts and narrow victories. So who's winning the most close games? Who's winning the most blowouts? Most blowout victories. I'll let you go ahead and read it for them.
Stevie.
Yeah, I got 3 of them.
With all 3 of them.
Beating the shit out of people. I didn't need the efficiency.
But L's, man.
L's, yeah, we had to tie up.
L's, Dan and Manny with 3 as well.
Both got lost with 3.
Yeah, again, it puts everything in perspective. Dan scored the most points.
But he got the most scored against him.
But he had
it makes sense that he would have gotten blown out a couple of times. Manny, I don't know what Manny did. Manny did not have a good year. Did not have a good year.
But speaking of Manny,
so look at this. Yeah, that's the craziest shit. Good segue. Narrow victories. Manny has the most. This man had 5 wins all year long,
and 4 of them.
4 of them.
Well, okay. What did you categorize or
so narrow? It was because whenever it pops up in the league, it says narrow is victory. So whoever had the narrow was victory was the narrow victory.
Got it.
So it could have been by like 28 points,
but it was the closest
game.
Got it.
Most of his, like I have them written down in here. Oh, I don't have him. It's in my other one. But I want to say his like actual points that he won by was like 17 in 4 games. So like it was absolutely insane. Like that boy sneaks out. He's the cardiac kid. Don't take him. If you play him, blow him out. Don't let him be close. That's pretty much it. That's the actual stats wise. He called me a nerd for doing this. If you saw my notebook,
I called him Rain Manish. Okay.
Yeah, it was bad. I spent a whole weekend sitting here and actually formulating all this shit out.
He got to my house before I got here. He's waiting in the driveway.
I'm still sitting here taking notes on
this shit. And
he's
still working on it. Meticulous, man.
I was trying.
If you saw the numbers I saw,
it was insane. It was insane. I might post pictures on the Instagram. If you ain't following us on Instagram, go ahead and post.
Get at it. Come on.
Tell me if I'm fucking up or not. Bold and Blunt Instagram. Follow that shit. That's the yearly wrap up. I wanted to do our own opinion.
Yeah.
So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these on. At least these 2 and these 2. I'm going to put them on the poll, and we're going to go and vote on them ourselves. But the worst drop of the years, it's coming to this time where you look back and you're like, why the fuck did I drop him? Like, How did I do this?
Titan.
In my personal bias, I think you had the worst one.
We could see that, and it was such an
dud. I think
impulse
he had
drop.
like 2 points, and he said, "No, I don't want him anymore." Just
Such
dropped him
an
immediately.
impulse drop.
And the worst thing was you dropped him for the Arizona defense.
And I dropped him 3 weeks later.
Yeah, terrible. That one was rough. That one might be the top vote getter. Number 2, Joe Burrow for Joshua Dobbs. When he was still on Arizona.
Remember this.
Manny dropping Joe Burrow for Josh Dobbs might be terrible.
I remember that.
Because in the very next game, that was like after his 2-game stint, the very next game, I want to say he dropped 1.9, and I was so pissed off. Because then Megan scooped up. Which Megan, by the way, Little and the Kittle, is a team to watch out for. I think that team is absolutely terrible.
She got a deep team.
That's another one that might get a little bit of votes. I think that's number 3.
Devon Achane for Josh Reynolds.
Right after week
Kevin
2,
dropped him
week 3,
right before the
before
stint.
he ends up going the fuck off and becoming a household name.
But look, okay, let's position that one a little bit better. Week 2, you don't know anything about him.
You don't.
It
And
is
he
a
did
reasonable
absolutely
drop. We don't have our taxi squad set up, so we
That's
can't
true.
move rookies
But
there.
even then,
you don't see it.
I'm
Raheem
gonna find
Mostert's
somebody
balling
that-
at that point.
That's true. But you knew it. He obviously knew enough because he drafted the man.
Yeah, but he probably took him late. I don't have the
it's
rounds
not
in
that
front
late
of us.
because I
But
think I have
I didn't put
maybe
him
not
in.
because he's not the best. I'm not.
Yeah.
But fuck, it was. I don't think it was that low. Like honestly, I think it was like 8, 9, 10-ish maybe. I just thought it was crazy. Which in hindsight, though, I mean, I'm with you. After week 2, 3, he's not getting utilized. He's not
So
doing none of that.
I
It
would
wasn't
understand
until the
it.
Denver game.
I would understand
That's
that.
why I put him on 3. I didn't think it was like the worst one. Those first 2 were bad.
Swift is
two are
bad. Burrow's bad
And
too.
what made Swift go over is just the Arizona defense because it was like shit. You literally lost Swift for no reason.
Yeah.
And Swift wasn't the greatest by any means.
No,
I'm not
but
gonna
I
say he
needed
was
an
like-
RB2.
Yeah, facts. And that would have been somebody you could cycle in week by week. Worst drops. We got the best pickups as well. Me, in my mind, number 1.
Oh,
Kyron Williams.
solid.
Megan coming through and picking through Kyron Williams week 2 before week 3. Absolutely insane. I know he missed a couple of weeks with the ankle or whatever he was out with, but I don't think the man's had under 20, 25 points. since
I'd
he's
put
like
your
in the
number
game
2
played.
above number 1.
Number
I'd
2
put
is
your
very
number
good
2
too.
above number 1.
So, fucking close but no Jamar came through. Mama smart enough to scoop up Puka Nakua.
I would say
Dropped
that's
Isaiah Likely week 2 or week 1. So it was after week 1. She was like, "Yeah, I like that guy. I'm picking him up."
we play in a PPR league, so of course someone
man
like
was
Puka
getting- And you
Nakua.
gotta think Cooper Kupp was out for a long time too.
This is
so
when
it
he's
was
getting 10, 12 targets
I mean,
a
the man
game.
set the fucking rookie record for catches, like, fucking early, like
Yep.
early. Number 3, I got Nico Collins.
Solid pickup too, because he didn't have to
Pops
drop nobody.
Nope.
Yeah,
Did not
solid
pick
pickup.
anybody. It was just a straight pickup after week 1. Picked up Nico Collins. Nico Collins, I think, was one of the surprise picks.
Solid
Then
pickup.
just started going the fuck off.
Sure.
Which ties into whole CJ Stroud and how well he's fucking doing.
Yeah, man. CJ Stroud came. I mean, I wouldn't say he came into a good situation, but he really did, right? D'Amico Ryan,
Honestly, I mean,
solid
yeah, but you wouldn't
defensive.
think about it
head.
when you looked at it, Tank Dell rookie.
Correct. That's what I'm
Fucking
saying. No, Nico Collins,
Nico
like
Collins.
9-year, right?
No, he's first, second year.
Okay, and
he's
then
still young.
who's
as
their
fuck.
other receiver they have?
They have Robert Woods.
That's who it
Robert
is.
Woods is deeper on there.
Okay.
But like you look at it, it's like holy shit. Even fucking
And he had 2 running backs with Damian Pierce and Devin
who the fuck
Singletary.
is their tight end?
Oh, I don't know that off the top of my head.
Right here on my tongue. Can't remember who it is, but even he's not doing bad. Mama scooped him up like 3 weeks ago off the waiver, and it's been looking good, you know?
Okay, so speaking of waiver, I mean, I know we could probably jump right into our best and worst picks of the season, but I wanted to ask who played the waiver the most again? It was just you and I at the top of that list, right?
Up on their own transactions. I want to say I was at like 68. You were at like 59.
Damn.
And then the next one up was at like 30 something.
Damn, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
next
were-
year will probably be more active.
We were
from
busy, just like trades too. I think me
Sure.
and you were the most active in trades. And I mean, we had a couple with each other, but then we kind of branched out. I think the only reason people actually traded was because we kept nagging on them.
My first trade was with Kevin, I want to say. I think my first
And
trade
that
was for
broke the
Kevin
ice.
Ridley.
And it was kind of nice. That was kind of a fleece of a trade in the long run because you turned DeAndre Swift into Calvin Ridley and I don't know
No,
what
I
else we got
turned
from there.
Miles Sanders into Calvin Ridley in a draft pick, and then I took Jordan Love and turned him into T. Higgins. Then I took T. Higgins and Calvin Ridley and turned them into
Devontae Adams,
Michael Mayer, and another draft pick.
Which was a beautiful flip. Which brings me into would that be the best trade? Do you think that was the best trade?
No, I'd have to scroll back through. I think you got the best trade, honestly. It's going to be the Najee Harris and the James Conner.
I have two of them. I have James Conner and Najee Harris for Cole Kmet and the 24-25 third round.
Okay, where do I go to see activity on here?
Can I go to team? Go to trades.
Transactions.
You actually have to go to the whole one. I did it on the laptop because it actually showed everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it probably won't pull it up.
Yeah, but I'd probably say that, and then if that's not the best trade, then
that. Go ahead. No, you're good. Sorry.
Then I'd probably say Meg taking. Who did you trade Meg for? And Meg got a bag in return, or was it Mama that got the bag in return?
I think it was Mama who got the bag in return because that's what I have on here. I have the Amari Cooper and Jackson Smith and Jigba for James Cook and 24 second, 26 third.
Okay, so then you got James Cook out of that.
Yeah, I got James Cook.
The problem with you is you got 4 solid backs.
No,
you have ETN, you have Joe Mixon, you have Singletary, and you have Pierce.
No,
or Cook. You have Singletary and Cook. That's what it is.
And I got Chuba Hubbard, who is outpacing Sanders now in Carolina, which might be another sleeper one. So I tried to get Manny. Manny didn't want him. The other one, those are the two I had, and then the worst one that I had, which in hindsight didn't look bad, but I feel bad for it now. Like I feel like I should go back and do some. I feel like I should give some compensation picks on this.
What?
Me getting Dak Prescott for Megan for a 24 and a 25th third round.
I mean, honestly, so that was if I had to pick a surprise player this year in fantasy, it would be Dak Prescott.
And the thing is that sucks.
It just happened so random.
And right when we made that trade, he was coming off that like 7-point game. He hadn't done shit at all. The next game after I get him, that man goes off for 40, 38, 45, 50. Like
fantasy
he was
gods,
just
man.
fucking going off. It's like I feel bad on that. I feel like that might set in a what is that called? Like
a precipice?
Yeah, maybe.
Or a standard? What are you trying to say?
Like, yeah, because if you get fleeced in a trade and that player ends up going off like top 5 in a position, then you owe them like a second round draft.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because it is just as much. Hey, I'm going to think of this to fleece them. It's just as much their responsibility to think, hey, this doesn't look like a good trade. Let me throw another draft pick.
Think about it. You lose a player in the NFL and they go and sign with somebody else or go to somebody else. If they perform better than what were expected, then you get that compensatory
I think
pick.
in Dak Prescott's situation, it's unique because he went from like, what week did you guys get the trade off?
I think it was like 5-6.
Okay, so, and you still had a couple games where he didn't perform till the 40 points or he immediately hit the ground running.
As soon as he came on my team, just fucking took
That's like
off.
halfway. It's not even halfway, but it's probably let's say like a quarter of the way.
Yeah, like and he had duds the first 5 games. It was duds. He did not do well. And he had Joe Burrow, Justin Fields,
that's not gonna happen,
and Sam Howell.
That's not gonna happen.
And I figured my best option out of that was to try to get Dak Prescott.
It would be like saying if I traded for Aaron Rodgers before week 1 and then he got hurt week 1, I would want compensation. Like that's a good precedent to set. But like I think in that situation. I mean, Meg had a little bit of justification to drop him. Right?
That is true, because she was just going to drop
out of him.
Like that's the thing too. She was just going to straight drop him.
Put him on
and I told her, hey, just try to put him on the waiver, and then.
So I think it makes a little sense. I mean, I wouldn't say it's necessarily compensatory, but like I could see why you would say that. I mean, it's up to you. You're commissioner. You do what you want.
Another president that I want to kind of vote on that I'm going to introduce to you, and I already sent you that picture. So in the future. We wanted the tattoo. Obviously, people in here don't want to do the tattoo, which I'm cool with. You know, it makes sense. But
I do.
How do you feel about that whole? Hey, first place gets to name the 10th place team for the year for the next year, and then the 10th place team gets to draft the first place team's first round pick.
No.
Why?
Because you
already have the best team.
Oh, I guess because it's dynasty, it's a little bit different. But then we're wasting. So, for example, this draft class in specific has so many people you would want to take first round.
So whoever wins. So if I win this, but if I win this right now, right? But you're not going to anyways because it's the 10th pick. You're not getting one of the ones that are like, oh my god, those are going to be gone top 5.
Yeah, but 10 we get to pick number one's pick. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so whoever's in last
That's
place
a
gets to pick the
little-
10th pick, and then gets to pick their. So they get to pick first and 10th,
That's a little bit.
but they get to pick 10th for you.
Yeah, but then they can pick a kicker or.
They
a
can pick
punter.
whoever the fuck they wanted. Who cares? They can pick a defense. Like they could literally not even pick a
Okay.
rookie. Just be like, yeah, he wants the fucking
How do we
Carolina
segue
defense.
here? But how do we do draft picks for next year? Because it's going to be a
So
whole
it all
other
comes
class,
in.
right?
Yep, it's all three. So it'll
We're
be
gonna
all the
release-
rookies and then all the waivers, and then whatever comes in. Yep, because you're gonna have to check your taxi too. Because if you got
Taxi's full. My
anybody,
taxi is
but if you
full.
have anybody in your taxi that's in their third year right now, next year they're ineligible. They won't be able to be on that taxi
I don't think
anymore.
I do.
So if
Think
you
about
got to bring
taxi.
them up and bring them on your actual one, then you got to cut.
Oh, I'm going to have to release
That's why all my taxi
I'm gonna
is
go
either
Bill Cole.
rookies or ones. I
Yeah,
think I have
same.
one or two twos.
Same.
But other than that, I'm just sitting there waiting. And if anybody wants to take them, y'all can offer me something, and I'm gonna take it.
Yeah,
'cause
so
I want a top draft
when
pick.
when is the trade deadline open up again? When can we start trading?
I want to say it is going to be in the off season once the season is over completely.
Because
So the day after the championship, you should be able to, and if not, then we'll just put it in there and submit me your trades, and I'll put it through. And then whenever the trade deadline actually goes through, we'll put it in. I'll just put it as a vote in there.
perfectly.
Like just submit it to the commission. I'll put it in vote. If it passes, then once it comes through, we'll push it right through.
I don't know, man. I have a pretty solid taxi that I don't want to really get rid of.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like my taxi, I'm pretty. I looked. I have way too many wide receivers.
You do have a lot of
I
wide
got
receivers.
8 wide
But you have
receivers on my taxi right now.
4 running backs on your starting
On
lineup
my
and
starting
bench.
lineup
So,
right now.
oh, on your starting lineup you have 4.
No, I have 4. Yeah, I have 4.
You
What
have
is that?
Chuba
4.
Hubbard. You have James. Yeah, James Cook, Travis Etienne, and Joe Mixon.
Yeah, I'm running with all 4. And I don't know if I'm actually gonna run with that. I've actually gotten here. We're gonna get down to this. We got the playoff matchups for round 2. We got the final 4 coming up finally. I got that all broken down so we can kind of break into that. We'll do the last hindsight, the draft breakdown, the best and the worst draft picks of each round. He wrote down his, I wrote down mine. We're gonna kind of see what we agree on, what we don't.
Fucking hair on my face.
Facts, because that shit looks ugly,
No, it doesn't.
terrible, almost like your fantasy team. Chump change, childish, garbage fire,
Give me a
pass
lighter.
me a lighter, gasoline, light it on fire. What?
That was pretty clever.
What?
That was pretty
Stone
clever.
cold. Tried to. Too much. But round one, the best one was hard. It's either CMC or Tyreek Hill for me. I think you can kind of go 1 and 2. Like, it really doesn't matter.
I went CMC, but I'm only solely gonna.
What's
base
up,
it
bye
on the
week?
fact-
Hi.
Keanu out here with the appearance.
Nope, she's not on camera at all.
She was bored for a week too, but she was enjoying a kickback, relaxing.
Everyone's talking shit. I was just chilling.
Facts. You should have joined in on the shit talk because it was pretty fun.
It
I'm
was
not
so
gonna lie.
much fun.
I had no dog in the fight, but I was stirring the pot. Like it was fun to me.
I told Steven I was trying to start a fight.
If she wins the belt this year, you better not touch that damn belt. I want you to know, if she wins the championship, your fingers better not touch that belt.
Okay.
At all.
By that, fair enough.
I ain't touching it. Unless I win it, I ain't touching it. I already, in my head,
No,
I'm
make
gonna
you drop
deliver
mine.
this bitch in white fucking gloves.
I'm
I'm gonna treat this bitch like the Super Bowl. I'm gonna deliver it with no fingerprints on. I'll shine that bitch for you before I drop it off. But I want you to know, when I have it, I'm gonna sleep with it. And I sleep naked.
I'm concerned. I'll take it to a cleaner before I get it next year. Yeah.
Oh, it'll
I'll
be
take
clean.
it to the next year.
It'll be clean. When I return it back, but that year it's mine, and I will not shut up. I'm gonna be running my mouth.
I put CMC. I put CMC solely for the fact that he's not missed a single game this
For that,
season.
fuck you. I'm riding with Keanu because Tyreek Hill's only 20 points below. Yep.
Oh, who took
Shout out
CMC?
to her.
Who took CMC, you might ask?
You took
I
CMC,
did.
but I think Tyreek's the better pick. He missed more games and only is down like 12 fantasy points
You
total.
said 25.
Maybe like 25, 20 something.
That's a whole game then.
Yeah, he missed a whole game.
So
That's why it's 1 and 2. I don't think it's hands
He's
down.
One.
They're averaging the same. Let's see.
Sure.
Let's see.
But
Let's see.
CMC's just
Let's
not
see.
missed a game.
Hold on. 24.8. Okay. CMC wins.
Thank you.
All right. Worst one?
I'm so sorry, man. I really.
And we talked about this, but I'm going to tell you again. I don't know what you were doing on
I
this.
saw it and
don't
laughed
know.
immediately. Steve and I, we got a little bit ago, and we were just looking at draft picks. I laughed.
I don't know what you were doing with this one. I really don't.
Antonio Gibson.
Antonio Gibson.
I tried to pick
The
the
number
number
5 pick.
but
I think we can both agree. Yeah.
The number 5
5
pick
pick
in our fantasy draft
went to Antonio Gibson.
was Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there is an explanation there. I think auto draft can be explained there.
Wasn't
I
an
don't
auto
know.
draft. I know it wasn't auto.
I don't
We
know.
gotta have Manuel to explain yourself because you told me. And it was justified, but like when I'm looking at it now, I'm like, Antonio Gibson. Second round. You want to go ahead and start yours off?
I said Jalen Hurts simply because that second round looked a little iffy for a lot of people. You had people like Jonathan Taylor go first or second round.
Yeah,
So
it was rough.
it just looked a little iffy. Saquon Barkley went second round. Not saying that he was a bust this year by any means.
I'm
but he just,
with you. Yeah, you gotta tell me. Jalen Hurts, I agree with.
I know
The
there was
push,
a
the
push for
push literally made him one of the most valuable quarterbacks because if they would get within the 3, he's getting 6. Like
I can guarantee. Now, granted, I can guarantee a fumble every game, but I can guarantee at least a rushing touchdown every game.
excellent. I'll take 4 points every game, guaranteed. I mean, it's not great, but I mean,
Who'd you put for number 2 or for the worst on that second?
Austin Eckler.
So I put
Austin
Austin.
Eckler was so disappointing.
I put Austin as well, but I also put Jonathan Taylor just because I think it was a reach. He was out for the first 6 weeks?
JT was out for a while. He's still out.
And
Zach
then
Moss has been so fantasy relevant this year, but I think he's kind of on that. I don't know. Because what contract did he sign anyways? He's there long term, or is it just
I think it was a 2-year.
So it depends. I mean, maybe he's staying healthy. Maybe he's gonna do his thing. I don't know. It was kind of a rough pick. So I could give you JT, but for Austin Eckler,
These Chargers games.
terrible. They are
It's like
terrible.
the changing of the guard.
Yeah, they don't even. You look at it before the usage, and it's like that Eckler got the years before. The past 2-3 years has been absolutely insane. And now it's like Keenan Allen is that offense.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen's it.
Yep. Or dump downs to the tight end. Or yeah.
So I think I like the JT pick, but honestly, I think Eckler's the biggest disappointment in that. Round 3, you said you didn't want to do him.
I
It
did.
was
I
hard
tried
for
to
you
pick
to-
opposites.
I picked Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson, man. He's still 700 rushing yards. He's still rushing touchdowns. He's not throwing interceptions. He's not fumbled. He's been efficient. I mean, he's not putting up absolutely jaw-dropping numbers. But when you got Dak Prescott, you can kind of sit back and have him for the weeks that you know that it's not. He'll still drop 40 a week. Like, he's had games where he's had 40, 35, like... I took that as the best one in the 3rd.
I mean, I won't be mad at that. That round 2 and round 3 for our draft this year, guys, was
kind of rough.
real weird.
It was kind of sketchy. The projections were not there.
Oh, I've been unplugged for a long time. For a long
Yeah, you
time.
stepped on it.
I think your audio's not even picking me up.
Oh no, it's definitely not because there's a filter on the front.
I don't know how long. We're gonna have to stop and see. That worst pick. Make sure I'm plugged in. Yeah, my fault, guys. That was
A little bit of audio technical difficulties. We had to go ahead and edit back in. We were talking about the best picks. We both had Lamar Jackson as the number 1 pick. Worst pick.
I think we both had Nick Chubb, but I also threw.
Nick Chubb was a bad.
I threw Diggs on the list.
I think so too. Actual player like that, actually, like the most underwhelming. I think Diggs was probably one of the best.
Just because
ones.
Chubb got hit with that injury,
Yeah,
it's just
it was-
unfortunate.
and before then, Nick Chubb was Nick Chubb. You know,
Yeah.
like he was still doing his thing. So I give you. I think Nick Chubb in
I
hindsight is
snuck
the
him in
worst
our
one, just
dynasty.
'cause
He's stashed on the IR.
that's facts. And he was dropped. So I mean, he's sitting there waiting. If he comes back and is the same man,
Yep.
yet to be seen. But
If not, then he's just a drop. You know?
exactly. Round 4.
This was a good. It was a good round for us. I think.
This one, yeah, I think there's 2 very good candidates for this one.
I think since I have a little bias, right? Because I drafted pretty well in every other position aside from tight end. Struggled in tight end all season. I put T.J. Hawkinson because wow, man,
T.J. Hawkinson was fantastic this year.
what a round to get a solid tight
I
end.
mean,
You know?
as of right now, he is the number 1 tight end in football.
There we
In
go.
fantasy football. Scored the most points. He's going absolutely insane, and I think it kind of helped out without Jay Jetta being there.
And Kirk Cousins being there. No, well, because Kirk is a dump down guy either way.
Yeah, that's facts. But I mean, now that that's Dobbs and them like that, and Hawkinson's the easiest one to get open.
Yep.
So like he's been capitalizing. I think it was a great pick. Honestly, I'm gonna submit to that one. Mine was ETN. I thought Travis Etienne. He's had games where he's gone off absolutely insane. I think he's had a couple more games where he's had 9, 8.
He's your
more
RB2,
than-
right?
Yeah.
And
Well, he's my heartbeat one, honestly. Him and Joe Mixon are kind of.
got it.
Joe Mixon, honestly, thank God for Joe Burrow getting hurt, honestly. I'm sorry. I'm a Ravens fan. Anyways, you see what it is. Fuck Joe Burrow. But him going down was huge for me because Joe Mixon was that offense. Like Jamar Chase, fucking T. Higgins, all of them took such hits, but fucking Mixon, it was just like gold. Worst on that one, I put T. Higgins.
Ooh.
He didn't play all year. He hasn't done anything really except for last year in the playoffs.
I put Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts is a good one too.
Yeah,
I was going to say Kyle Pitts. And the thing that sucks about Kyle Pitts is he just doesn't score touchdowns.
Yeah, no, he just doesn't get targeted. There was a statistic. I can't see it. You gay boys want to smoke.
Always.
Yeah, let us get.
Give us 5 minutes, if that. We're always down to smoke.
Yeah,
Why don't you just say that? Just put it on the microphone.
My sister is at the stairs right there with. Do you gay boys want to? Oh, should I not say gay boys? Can I say that because you're gay?
I think so. I think it's reasonable.
Exactly what I did.
I know, but what I'm saying is, can I explain?
Yeah,
can
come
I
here.
repeat
Come
it
here, real
if
quick.
it's
Come
okay?
here.
Because you're
Come
gay.
here. You don't gotta be on camera if you don't want to, but this is what we got flashed. From
I'm
the.
gay.
Yeah,
See,
see,
you
that's
heard
what
it
makes
from
it
the devil's
okay.
mouth itself.
We got nothing but love for the gay community.
I put Kyle Pitts. I said offense, man. God, man, there was a statistic that was said on, was it Fantasy Focus this morning about the targets that Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, and Drake London got, and it was like a combine of 15. And I think it's like your 3 best players should get more targets than that. So
We'll get to this later.
Kyle Pitts is rough. I put Chris Olave on the list as well, just because again, same setup,
He was
right?
so, yeah, it's been
Same
so rough
setup.
for him, but he's got games. Ooh, he's got games where he goes off, and then he's got games where it's like, damn, did he play?
So I put.
I think those are all good ones. I think round 4 was kind of a rough round for us. I think that was kind of a bust. I think the further along we got, the better picks that were.
To be honest, it really does get like.
It's kind of wild. It's like 5 best. I know you picked the same one, Devontae Smith.
Snag my man Devontae
I mean, for
Smith.
5th round,
We went through a rough period, right? Because he's my flex.
yeah, and
slash
you were
RB
trying to trade him for a while.
receiver too.
You wanted to give him to me for a while.
Well, I needed another running back. He
That's
wanted
true.
to give him to me for ETN, and I didn't jump at
Yeah,
that.
you should
I
have jumped at that one.
jumped
That
at
one
that.
should have been. I would
Two
have
backs
fucked on
were
running
taking
backs.
me.
But yeah, Devontae Smith, I think best one. Worst one, we actually disagreed on.
I put Justin Tucker, and again, this is
And
no
it's
insult
just
to
the
Justin
reach.
Tucker.
It's the reach of the
It's-
8.
It is the
But to be fair,
round 5. Why are we taking a kicker? Man?
this is Justin Tucker. And
You're right.
When you get 5 points
You're
for every
right.
50, I think honestly I want to do that. I wish that they had the 60-yard option because if they had 60s,
What are you doing? 6
I
plus
would
or
make
6
it 10
foot or what?
points. 10 points for a 60-yarder. It's not easy to hit a 60-yarder. A lot of them are missing, but I didn't think it was a terrible. I think it wasn't a terrible reach. I mean, you look at the defense and the kickers that went
It's
so early.
him himself is not a reach, right?
No.
But
It's the kicker so
position
early.
itself was
Because then you still
a
have
reach.
so many still available.
Because if we look at our list,
oh man, it's insane.
start off-
I mean, you look at the best right here. If you would have taken any one of those, it would have been
I
fantastic.
mean, George Kittle.
Which was a little bit of a reach, and that might be. Pops did have a rough year. That
So-
might be one of the reasons why. Eckler's definitely one of the reasons why. Mayholmes is definitely one of the reasons why. He had a real rough draft, but his team is still young and looks good.
Yep.
But I got faith in that man. I got for myself Dallas Goedert. I don't think Dallas Goedert has performed anywhere.
That's
I
a
mean,
good-
he's like the number 22 ranked tight end
That's a good one.
sitting in that
I think
offense, and it's like
he got hurt a little bit.
I think so too. He didn't make it a whole lot, but to be picked 5th round and there's tight ends right in here that I can pull off. That's like, I mean, Laporta. Look at Laporta.
Laporta will
It's
get to
just such a
7
reach,
rounds
especially
down
when
the
you got
road.
all these other ones out here. Especially, I mean, round 6, my best one. I don't know if you picked it. Perfect segue into it.
George Kittle.
George Kittle was the best pick as round
Yep.
6, and I'm not taking Dallas Goedert over George Kittle.
Absolutely not. I'm
Um,
glad you segued there because I didn't want to bring it up until you got your pick off.
Yep,
But yeah,
and Kittle's, yeah, I saw that too. Worst one.
I have a toss.
You went outside the box because I
Who'd you
definitely
go?
went the same. Mr. Ayahuasca.
Yeah, you went
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers.
I think that was just terrible, and it's nothing against him. I think if he would have played this year,
Great time
would
to
have
pick
been a
him.
top 5
Round
quarterback.
6,
Would have
yep.
been fantastic. The fact that he played one play and went down, rough.
I have him
Rough.
as well, but I threw Marvin Mims on that list.
Marvin Mims is up there too. Because my mom saw him in preseason and was really like, yeah, he's gonna ball the fuck out.
One
And
of
to
the
be fair,
cardinal
though,
sins,
to
mama.
be fair though, I'm not mad at her. If it was a
Young
yearly
player.
draft,
Yep.
I'd be like, yeah, don't reach that high for him. But Marvin Mims might actually do something in that system, especially Jerry Jeudy is supposed to be on the move.
Not mad at that
Cortland
either.
Sutton's out there balling out.
Correct.
So I mean, if he can be a good number 2 to Cortland Sutton, which he has the speed, he could do it. I'm not gonna put it down there, but like that, I thought it was a reach too. She definitely could have got that like 12, 13, 14.
Which
So that's a good one.
segues into 7. I definitely think I had a reach with Jordan Addison, but
That was not bad.
God, that's a great pick for
It's
round 7,
fantastic,
man.
But I'm
It might have
taking
been a
Joe
reach.
Mixon.
You
Gotta
taking
take
Joe Mixon?
I mean, Jordan
Has it been 5
Addison
minutes?
Did do very well. Has it really been 5
I think
minutes?
your mind probably, but yeah, it's been
Okay.
5 minutes.
We'll hurry. We'll hurry. We're almost done. Joe Mixon, I think, had a better year. I mean, Jordan Addison, yes, long term.
Agreed.
I definitely agree with you.
But with the argument of
fantasy
dynasty.
wise, Joe Mixon has just been absolutely bonkers. Top fucking 7, I want to say, running back right now in the NFL.
Sure.
I give it to Jordan Addison. Like I said earlier, he just didn't take the advantage of J.J. being out that he should have. And maybe that's a
I know, man.
hindrance
It
to
was
his
not wide
performance.
receiver number 1 this
Yeah,
year,
and see,
this
that's
week.
the thing too, because like he probably was downgraded on that because no Justin Jefferson too. That's taken away a double team. Jordan Addison was double teamed as a rookie, so like I'll give you that. That's a good number. That's a good.
Might have been a little bit of a reach,
I'm taking Joe Mixon personally. I'm biased.
but I'm
on
not
my
mad at
team.
that. Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
Worst
Was
one.
George Pickens.
Yeah, he has
George
done shit,
Pickens.
and it's not his fault. Free Pickens.
I
You already know the nickname.
I do
picked
think
him
it
up.
is.
I
do
kind
think
of
it
gave
is
away
George
a lot
Pickens.
to get this man. I gave away Aaron Jones, and I'm sad about that. And I think I gave away a draft pick too.
I think it
But
probably
free George Pickens.
Pickens.
George Pickens goes to any other team. I got a top fucking 5 wide receiver.
I disagree with you entirely.
George Pickens is a dog.
He was a decent receiver last year
He's a
and has
dog.
had a slump this year and immediately threw a temper tantrum. Had a history of
I
temper
would,
tantrums
too.
in college.
If you
I
had
just
Kenny
think
Pickett,
personnel-wise-
and their offense running for you,
No, because you have Najee Harris, you've got fucking
Terrible.
just run the ball. Jalen Warren, you have a
Jalen
dual-headed
Warren
running
hasn't
back
emerged,
where you
but
could straight
Najee
bow,
Harris-
bow, bow, bow.
Najee Harris is not who he was.
I
I has
put-
already lost his
I
prime.
put George Pickens,
I'll take it. I took the Eagles defense.
which is a good one. I mean,
I
God.
don't think they scored over 10 points
Injuries
this
have
year.
been rough on it
It
too.
has. It has, but I think they do have the defensive rookie of the year.
I
Jalen Carter.
I won't disagree with you on that one
That's
either.
good for them, but I don't like that early too. 7
There's a little
defenses ran way too early, and I hated that shit.
a little bit of a reach.
Oh.
We had a lot of reaches, man.
We did.
Pat
It was
Mahomes went
rough.
2.
Number 2.
So-
Over CMC.
And then we had defense. We had a kicker in the 5th round. We had defenses go 2nd, 3rd round. So real weird reaches. I
Round
put
8, you have a reach.
I
like
put
it,
the
but-
Cowboys defense.
And it makes sense because I don't know
I
how
think
many times.
Keanu
how many
won-
times did you get like 30, 40 points?
I think
from
she
the
won a
Cowboys
couple
defense?
games solely off of the Cowboys defense.
There's been a couple.
It was probably like 4 or 5.
I
and I was
think
just like,
you-
holy fuck, they got 4. Fucking Deron
The
Bland, man. I
first game
think
they got a lot.
facts. I think Deron Bland alone, man, he scored what 5 touchdowns.
6, I want to say,
I
right?
mean, that alone, you're getting points off of that shit. He broke records out here.
baby.
You got Michael Parkins in here fucking blowing shit up. That's a very good pick. I'll give you the Dallas D. I'm taking Keenan Allen. Because Keenan Allen at fucking 39 years old is still dropping fucking 30, 40 a game.
I don't know if he's 39
Okay,
years old.
he's
That's a
old.
stretch. That's a
That
stretch.
man is old. He's
31,
like 37,
31,
38.
30, 31.
No.
30, 31.
Keenan Allen has been doing it for so long that, like, I remember being in my pop's nutsack and he was still doing
No,
that.
that's an exaggeration.
That's an exaggeration.
For
I'm going to
sure.
tell you how long this man
Wow.
has been doing this shit. This man has been here for a long
How
time.
old is he? Don't tell me
I'm
how long
trying
he's
to
been
find-
there.
I
Just
keep
tell me how
forgetting
old
what
he
team
is.
he's on, but I know. He's anything over 35, then he's old.
If he's younger than 32, he's young.
Wow.
I fucking told you. Say it out
Wow.
loud. Say it out loud. Say it. Say
Wow.
it. Say it. I want to hear your dirty little mouth say it.
That man is 2 years older than me. That man is 31 years
I
old.
told you that man is just bawling.
He's just been doing it for 10
Bawling.
years. Jesus, that man couldn't drink wine, but he was in there catching touchdowns since then.
Bawling.
God damn, that's wild. Shout out Keenan Allen. I was scared to draft him because I thought he was too old to be playing.
Bawling.
He's too scared.
I put. Okay, so who did you put for worst pick?
Christian Watson. Man has done absolutely.
Who
Last
took
year,
him, Pops?
Mom.
Mama.
Last year, I swear to God, if he, I don't even know, he might have been dropped and picked up. I don't know. I know Mom has him now, but last year, if he was playing, he had 2 touchdowns a game.
Yeah.
This year,
He's been hit by
I don't
injuries
think
this
he's
year,
had 2 targets a game.
No, he had that game against
Yeah,
on
one
Monday
game.
night where
Yeah,
he
that
blew.
was it.
Who did they play?
It
Jacksonville.
was a shitty team.
Um,
Shitty team.
I put unfortunate. I put J.K. Dobbins.
That's
And
rough,
again,
too,
that is
'cause-
just it's
And the man had like
It's
20
rough.
points in the first half.
rough.
And then broke his fucking
You're on
leg.
camera.
I think
Oh
those both
shit!
are. That's
Man, we
fine,
got a cameo
Titan.
from my girlfriend and Titan.
But ain't smoking in here. It's friendly to dogs. Round 9. Another
Best.
one for Kiana.
I
got
put.
another one for
I have a slash though. I put Michael Pittman, but I also put Alvin Kamara because I think
Kamara
the fact
was
that he
good.
catches every
I think honestly he's having the
Everything
best year
struggle.
statistically that he's had. If he didn't have to sit out 6 games,
Come on,
he would be fucking.
but Michael Pittman,
That's-
man. I argue
I
Kiana
know
has the
Michael
best
Pittman.
one receiver one and receiver two all the time.
Michael
So
Pittman is Michael Pittman.
you got Tyreek Hill and Michael Pittman, and it's just a
rough duo.
40
They both
piece
did
between the
12,
two
13
every.
catches a game.
It's ridiculous.
Worst one, Patriots defense.
I put Miles Sanders. Shout out to me.
Facts. So then he flipped that shit into Devontae Adams somehow.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
like, you watched the video way back in the day where the dude who started Craigslist, it's like, oh yeah, I got a paperclip, and then he ended up with like $1 million from trading. That was what I felt like he did with that. Yeah, started with a paperclip,
Worked his way up.
went to a rubber band, went to like a shoe, went to like this, that, and it was like, got all the way up to like
He was
fat
fun to
money.
trade with him.
Yeah. That's Brandon. What he did with
And I got Michael Mayer, which I know is a
Miles
working
Sanders. But
working
that's
project.
good.
Or working,
Dynasty.
but come on.
All right, we'll do 10 and then we'll take the smoke break and then we'll tune back. We're gonna write a little commercial for y'all. 10, I got Rashad White. You were right. I got.
By
You said I hope you
fucking
pick him. Rashad
far.
White. And I'm sad that he went that far because like last year I had him on my team and he was
Such a
falling
good
back then.
back, man.
Noah Baker, like we knew that was gonna happen. Worst one we have differing. I'm going Greg Dulcich. Been on IR all year. Hasn't done shit.
I went Jerry Judy, and it's just because of the personality that goes behind it.
I like Jerry.
Just Judy.
Yes.
Jerry Judy. Jerry Judy.
I still want Jerry Judy to come to Baltimore.
Jerry Judy. I
I'd
mean,
be so
I would want
happy.
him to go to Vegas without a
That
doubt.
would be a ball.
However, I do think this year was a. I mean, what were we going? Round 10 was a
Terrible.
little.
Yeah, he didn't do well.
He could have been a free agent. We picked up better free
Didn't do
agent
well.
receivers than him.
To be fair, though, I think he was traded for Taysom Hill. Is that what you got, Megan? I know you traded Megan
No,
for like.
I gave Megan, Jerry Judy and a draft pick in next or 24, 25 maybe for Algier and a draft pick in next year.
That's facts. I do remember that. No, it wasn't good either because Algier was just a drop.
And Algier was just a drop. But it was just a clear room. I think that was when I was going through that phaselet phase. I went through a long stretch where I traded a bunch of free agents, just fucked my whole team up.
From the start. Nobody wanted to
I
do
needed
shit.
the
So we were
fucking
trying to
spark.
start the fire. Well,
Now it's still stuffing, so we probably can sneak, or do we want to segue
Shit, we
on
can-
10 because
I
it's a
mean,
good even
I'm
5
down. We
left.
just got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I'm pretty sure all those are going to be the same.
Are they?
What do you got for 11? CJ Stroud best?
Fucking Christ, who wouldn't put
CJ
CJ
Stroud
Stroud?
best at 11.
At 11,
Worst, Cam
Calvin.
Akers.
I got put Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook's a good one too. That was
I
two
put
of
Dalvin
those
Cook.
two worst picks. I'm down with that.
I
Cam
did put
Akers
Dalvin.
terrible. Same with
But 12, I put David Montgomery.
Mike Evans.
Oh,
Mike Evans is balling out
too.
and he has
Yeah, but
like
David
38.
who would think to get a 12th in the 12th round, you're getting a solid running back
Did
two?
not think so either. David, and especially with Jahmyr Gibbs, I think Jahmyr Gibbs went like
Solid
pretty
RB2.
damn high up on the draft too. Like so everybody thought he was going to take over.
Number 12, I got a shout out to you.
Yeah, me too. Kadarius Toney.
Kadarius
worst
Toney,
pick of
man.
my draft was
Reach.
Kadarius Toney, and he's still sitting on my.
Taxi.
And he's dressed as a Christmas tree.
No, he's dressed as Krampus.
That's right.
He's dressed as a Krampus because he's a
And I
scary,
can't drop him now.
scary
I can't drop him
looking
because
man.
he's a gremlin dressed as Krampus. I'm not drop that. 13, I already know. You know.
Sam Laporta,
Sam
man, that's a
Laporta.
fucking steal.
Who the fuck knew Megan was gonna sneak that one in? Tank Bigsby, I got as the worst.
I put Tank Bixby, Young Hoku, and Bryce Young. All three. They all suck.
Young Hoku wasn't bad.
Yeah,
That
it was.
the most accurate kicker in NFL history.
Yeah, I can tell you he lost me a couple games.
He
this
probably
year.
lost because he missed a couple. 14,
Dak Prescott, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Cowboys twice
First
on
one?
here. Michael Thomas.
Alberto.
Who?
Tyler for Philly. It's like third string. My mom picked him because he got cut by the Broncos in preseason.
What?
He had like 143 receiving yards the last game.
Where you
She's
going
like,
there?
I swear
Should go on.
it's gonna happen. Didn't happen. Alberto.
I'm not mad at that,
I think he's
actually.
projected .2 every game now. He just doesn't play.
Round
Um,
15, Cole Kmet and Cortland Sutton. Those are the two. I think Cortland Sutton was,
I was definitely
such
gonna
a great.
I think so too. The Cortland
snag.
Sutton took too long to turn on.
Sure.
My pick for this, Tank Dell. Tank Dell, Mr. Irrelevant. He was literally the last person drafted. I think he's top 15 receiver right now.
Okay.
Worst one, Darnell Washington.
Daniel Jones.
I don't know what you're doing with either one of them.
I don't either. I don't know who Darnell Washington is, but I
He
can
was
tell
the
you.
backup tight end for the Steelers.
I can tell you what I was doing with
All right, while she's doing that,
You don't need that, Casey.
best sleeper, best bust, or
Best
best bust.
biggest bust.
Who was the best pick? Top 3 best picks, top 3 worst picks of the whole thing.
Dude, Rashad White in the 10th round was fucking crazy.
That
CJ
was a
Stroud
good
in the
pick.
11th round, fucking nuts.
Fantastic.
Dak Prescott in the 14th round. What are we doing here? Those are my top 3 best picks. Biggest bust: Antonio Gibson, and Antonio. I'm just kidding. Antonio Gibson, Austin Eckler, and probably Miles Sanders, Dalvin Cook.
You know, like
I'm gonna go running back heavy on that.
So my best, I got CJ Stroud number 1. I'm switching that. Tank Dell number 2 in 15. That's insane. Sam Laporta around 13.
Okay.
Fucking insane. Biggest bust, Antonio Gibson. Number 5, terrible. 2, I got Austin Eckler. Terrible. Terrible. It wasn't a bad pick in hindsight. Well, at the moment, fantastic. I was like, yeah, Eckler's a safe bet.
Yeah, take him.
He's going to play. He's going to drop 20 a game. Did not do it.
No.
3, Garrett Wilson. Without Aaron Rodgers, that man is
I tried
terrible.
to trade Dan for Garrett Wilson. I tried to give him Cooper Kupp, draft pick for Garrett Wilson and Javonte
I would
Williams.
have turned you down immediately.
And he did.
I would have
He
turned you to kiss
immediately.
my asshole.
He immediately
my
did.
ass, my whole asshole.
He immediately did. He actually sent me a message saying he laughed at me. He said, "I politely decline your message, sir. Or your trade, sir."
But at least he was polite. I would have been disrespectful.
He
Time smoke.